Anyway. No. No, no, no. Yeah. I'm gonna tell you this, guys. Sorry I had to restart that. Um. Um. But we've got some updates within this. I haven't touched this in quite some time. Um. Into a game like this. For those of you, I started this and then I got a thing where we need to figure out. I need to go into settings. I need to go into options. Um, go to general, balanced. Um, gameplay. Interf. No, it's general. Where? Okay, so I don't see what. Um, modding, no. Audio interface. Gameplay. Graphics is fine. I don't. General. Autosave. We'll put an autosave up every 10 minutes. And we'll do like 3 autosaves. So that way, because I always like to have my autosaves. I don't know why I never do have it. So what I'm going to do is I always like to create a thing there. And then we're going to create, this is going to be absolutely, let's upgrade you instead. The 4-lane here. Okay. Now, what I will do is I'm going to set it to 4-lane there so that okay. And then we're going to come from over here. We're going to go and extend out as far as I can, go out that way. And then we'll just upgrade you to the 4-lane road. There. Okay. Now, what we're going to do is I always will take, I'm going to take and we're going to do is we're going to have a singleized connection. Down here. And then I'm going to go and we will extend it out to that point there. Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to take and we're going to extend you out to that point. And then what I'm going to do is we're going to have for it so that its only connection is through that one lane. And then we're going to page up and we're going to make sure that we get it situated. And then we're going to pretty much take Um, and connect it like that for exit on the other end. And then we'll go page. No, I don't think we need to do it up so close. And then I think we can go through here. And then I think what we'll do is we will page down. Just to have both sides like that. Okay, so now we're gonna stick with the Netherlands theme, guys. We're gonna try to stick to that as much as we can for this. Um, what I want to do is we're gonna have this row be that set there. Okay. Now we need to get some industry in here. So all I'm going to do is we're going to paint that whole area as industry. We are going to need the water tower. So I always like to place a water tower there. That's just going to be able to help people. Okay. I'm going to need our small coal power plant. I am going to build a small power plant. But then we're going to have the substation. In church and the health pub and the UK small. Now, there's a reason why I have it built out here for a small reason. Okay. And it's only a one-way route. And then we go and we take it from out. And then what we'll do is we're going to page down. There. And then what we will do is we will allow for it to cross like we do, and then we connect up there. So now everybody should have that, and then we take our poop cannon. So there's a little bit of power coming in from out and inside our city. Now remember, guys, if you guys are watching live, you guys watching through the live content, make sure you guys are followed. Make sure you guys are followed on TikTok and Trovo. If you're watching via YouTube, make sure you guys are subscribed. It's not live through YouTube though. It's only subscribable via um, pre-recorded content. This is basically me just being live for a little bit to kind of give you guys a little bit of what we are currently doing and going through. Um, the thing I want to start with, we already got a roundabout at the start there, so we should be a-okay. What I like to do is I want to start with my industrial and recycling center available to me. Um, I don't really, and I'll unlock the emergency station right away as well because I want to slowly work on getting to solar, but having emergency stored power just in case of an emergency, we can do that. Um, um, Now we have a small petrol station. We're going to put a small petrol station down there. And then we will come down over here. And I want to put a fox there. And then we'll throw the church in over there. For it. Just to throw a little bit of... I know it's UK style, but... UK, the medium petrol. Now, I'm keeping the small station down there, for it. We're gonna do the medium dense row housing there. On that. We're gonna unlock the crematorium right away because I don't want large US petrol station. Yeah. I'm just adding a there for it. Because I don't want to go too far into it, but I do think we should have are we capacity 0, average health, sick or injured 4. We'll put 1 in for now. Down here in our thing. We're not going to be on for too long though. Because I'm not going to go on the expanse on trying to get things. We are going to have some struggling trying to get people to come in. We are also going to have some struggles with... We're going to future-proof a little bit. We're going to go with the 4-lane divide. And then we'll go here. And then 180 there, and then we'll take our 4-lane road and we'll take and we'll upgrade this road here for our 4-lane. Nope. Okay, this also get to the 4-lane. Health pub with lounge, box inn, the church inn and bistro. Okay. So now what we're going to do is we're going to come down here. We're going to take our 2-lane road again. And then we'll extend out that way. No. And then we go back up there and fix it. Now, we do need we'll cut in a couple on that there. Allow. We do not have average crime probability is 5%. Not needing that right now. We're going to try not to. Eligibility, we do got a little bit of eligibility. And we do have that. So what I'm going to do is I want to make sure that it's sitting relatively around for the elementary at least at the adventure playground, and we'll add an extension wing to the back. And that's just gonna +2 to outdoor recreation, new signature building available, a bookshop. So we've got some good stuff going on. What does we got the high school as well, but we do have some eligible for high school capacity, but I don't want to, like, university eligible is eligible. I don't want to go too far into things. We need to go down here. We're gonna follow and find the E, and I always like to put the couple of towers at the edges of our things, so that when people walk by or come by, they can get into availability of tower. 'Cause I'm trying to utilize not so much of that on our strain of our city. But I think we should be able to and being willing to manage. No, I think we will. I think I'm going to start unlocking roundabouts. We'll spend on upgrading advanced road too. Eventually we will get to the thing. Do we have enough for I think we have enough for a solar. Um, for solar. But we do need to. We do got some garbage pile up going on. So, what we need to do is, I wanted to use the incineration plant. Um, and I followed a lot of that there. We are needing a little bit of some of that. So what I want to do is let's go up here just to make more uniformal. We'll purchase that point there. I do have a little bit. Um, Not enough water being able to be supplied to it. We only have the 2 water towers. Um, so what I want to do is let's add in 2 water towers. We will probably be able to run through it. We will do an extra incineration furnace on it, just to improve the processing speed. Because we don't have a lot of um, a lot of people, but I do want to just make sure our processing speed is done a lot faster, right off the bat. Um, Now let's go down here. We'll unlock part maintenance. We'll do some parks. Because I want to do a little bit of parks along the way. The Holland Heritage Windmill. Um, just because I want to do like a um Spin Vista Park. No, that would be if we were doing like a port side. Um, Large City Chirper Fun. Um, I'm gonna throw a Color Plaza. And I'll throw in Triplet. I'm gonna Triplet Park down that way. Just to throw a couple of parks in there to get things going. And I feel like we can go let's just go and expand to that point. Um, I'll put a office building down there. Um, and then I will also extend office. Um, it's not a lot of office space right now. Um, so Netherlands. Um, we still need to have the Netherlands low rent housing. Um, no. Yeah, no, it's not the right one. It's over here. Um, I will unlock the college because what I'm going to do now is we have 802 eligible um for it. And so I think we will go with the Netherlands and we will put in a high school. And then we'll put a college down there, the college auditorium. Down that way. So it'll give people that opportunity. Last thing we're going to do today, guys, thanks Bentley, is we're going to take our okay. Um, and then we will that's a steakhouse. Okay. So now what we need to do is I'm going to take and we're going to in um add in you add in commercial there and then throw commercial on that on those ends because we're going to still you would think that in the UK you would think that you'd have mixed housing. No. and I'll put a low rent housing near the college. And that's just to satisfy a little bit of the customer base for population to come in. Okay. Flat out clear that out, and then we're going to replace that with low dense. Okay. Now we're going to extend our medical. To having one down over here now. So that both fire Netherlands will put a small fire station over here where most of the people are needed, and we'll put double. Just put 1 and 1 for it so that it will help. Put our historical post office and put the city museum there. And we'll add a radio, Japan's radio mast. I like the Japanese radio mast compared to everything else. Crime scene. Now we need to add in our I don't want to put it next to that. I don't want to put it there. Well, we'll do put it there. Throw an investigative unit, and we'll throw an administrative wing on it. unlock the welfare and the police headquarters. We'll put a welfare office out there as well so that people can get some services, just to give them some basic services. Put our you know what, we'll put a couple of those down there. Put an outdoor gym over there too. Hills residence. Okay. I'm gonna put a large petrol station over there and only on now I'm wondering let's go upgrade the telecom tower. Start adding having the telecom tower is going to be our ideal situation for a lot of things. Yes, it's going to be gritty. Um, but what we're going to do next, and I'm going to do something, unique. We're going to take and we're going to extend um, um, Then I'll throw a little bit of some mixed housing right there. Um, but we're going to put you down as a one-way. You come in, you go that way only. Only. Or I could have it going outward only, to prevent people from doing that. I think we might absolutely swap it around. I think we'll do it that way instead. Now where is our... Um, now... Are going to necessarily put that for stop set instead. Um, yeah, no, that's fine there. I'll leave it the way it is. Um, well, I think what it should really focus on, hold on. Is really heavily focusing on doing that. For it. Do we have enough room? Okay. Okay, and then we'll just do that portion there because I want to make really darn sure focus on that 90 again. Okay. Now we're going to take you off of that point. There's a reason for it. Because I want to make sure make sure. And then I think what I'm actually going to do is we'll clear this portion out as well. And then that's going to be another connection, and I think we go down here, I actually think this one should be for now. Over now. And then I'm going to come down to here. We've got this roundabout. We're going to put a... No, let's go... Let's do that. Putting a small roundabout down in there will help. And then we'll do the opposite from the other side on this. And then we will also come down in here where we'll put the EU load dense there, and then we'll put in our commercial line along there just to fill in. And then, and our final thing for today, guys, is we need we're going to expand in our engine, expand a little bit more than what is absolutely needed, just a tad bit, like as you can see, just a tad bit. Now what I want to do is I still want to fill in this space a little bit. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to basically just meet in the middle. Okay. What we're going to do is we're going to extend the only connection that's going to be off on that connection, okay, is in our next episode. We're going to do a small taxi. We're going to have our is we're going to put in our bus terminal along here for it. And we'll put in some office space a little bit around the bus terminal. Just because we have a little bit of there for it. And what we will do down here is we're going to come down here. We're going to what is it? Over here, we're going to follow with the stop sign, but then we're going to make the priority basically it's just set up there as for yielding on that setup for it. So that's all it does, is just has that there, and then it has the stop is for people going out. So it's just because it's going to be hardly ever going to be used down here anyways. So what's the point in having a thing if you can't do anything anywhere? But so that's what I really think. Now let's go over to our roads. We're gonna do some prioritizing. We're gonna create and we're gonna unlock the large and the highway intersections as well, because right now we are still sitting on our 4-lane road, and I would like to get these upgraded. Um, um, and I want to put in the middle to all of this. It is pretty much like a 6-lane road, but we are getting somewhere. That's just going to improve a lot on the population side of things. And then I'm also going to add trees along there and there. Kind of do that, and then I'm going to put grass on both of those ends for it. And then I think that's going to be it for today. But we are getting somewhere, guys. We are growing. Um, it is becoming a slow process um, for it. So, um, how is our water situation? Water availability, though, could be a lot better, and we can do that. So what we'll do is we'll put in double the water tower down there for it, and that'll improve our water stability a little bit. We mostly our um, stuff for it, so that should improve our network, our electricity stability. Will increase our garage garbage. Will increase our things that more people can go out and gather the garbage a lot better. Um, because I don't want to like we will slowly are going to get out that way. Now we do know that that's police. Um, we are having a little bit of some struggles with fire, but I don't think it's that much to be really concerned with. So now what we need to do is specialized industry. Um, I do want to get into some specialized industry as well. So what we're going to do is we're going to plan a little bit of an advance. We're gonna step back, um, because we know that the wind is going south, from here, going this way. Um, so we can put our farming over here, at some point. But I would like to get into some livestock industries. Um, and we can also do the inland fish farming, um, which I think that might be something that we can also get our sink our teeth into. I could have done something like a couple inland fish farmings right there, but I want to do it out away from the city a little bit, and then just a little bit. I'm not gonna go too far. I could absolutely let's do one here. Um, let's do one there, or no, let's do it here. Because having just to improve with that. It's only our first one. Yeah, it'll be just have to be that way. And then no. Actually, no. Um no, hold on. I need to because I'm pretty sure I can get like a little connection. Then instead we can go with the medium sized for it. Um just to make sure that nothing gets disconnected and that. And then we can also connect you there to just make it a little bit easier. Harborview Lane. Okay. And that's just going to allow us to have our inland fish market right there. There across the other side. I said I was going to get off. Now I need our info panel. Our ground pollution, it's going to be what's going to be really tough is just having that ground pollution right there near it. Um, but we'll see how things go. So we got one, and actually having it right there on the opposite side of things is still going to be ideal. Ideal. Um, if I were to do with the small one contains 20 pounds, a large contains 60. Um, no. No. Really? I think we're gonna need... I think we will put that 160, we'll put that extended storage on it. Having the large one. And I'm not gonna put any... Okay. Now, nope. Okay. Um, okay. And then I think, um, EU load dense along there. Put Netherlands along that side there. That should help improve on our efficiency, and will improve on our employee status as well. Um, no, I'm gonna do one thing here. Um, put our road maintenance right there too. And it's a small, tiny connection there. Um, um, but as you can see, you can only leave and enter, and it's another way for vehicles to get around, I guess. We'll see how that goes. Um, we'll extend that with the extra garage. But that's going to get our employees a little bit closer to their work. For it. So, anyways, guys, we will catch you guys, later. We'll just save it as normal, Rotterdam. Um, the Netherlands. We're just gonna leave it there. For it. So, I don't think there is, I do want to get into a community pool. Let's put a community pool down there. Um, no, hold on. Okay, we're gonna pause and see what... Okay, so it's... Okay, so it's the medium density here. Um... We'll put a medium density along there. Um... I'll just extend it just a tad bit for today. Because I'm building a city like that. That's would have been a good place to have our thing. Put in towards electric. And I'll add an extra garage on there just for future proof. But anyway, we hope you guys enjoyed. Because if you guys did enjoy it today, make sure you guys are followed live here on TikTok and Trovo. We'll get into City Hall. We'll get into some other neat little nifty things. I don't know if trams got fixed since latest update, but anyway, yeah, you guys can not only hit that follow on here on the TikTok side. Members, guys, we did play Call of Duty early. I don't know why I cannot, like TikTok, I cannot change it directly. Here on Trovo, if I have multiple games, it's going to show up in my past feed as multiple. Primarily, we focused on Call of Duties, zombies, and I will put City Skylines so that people can come in and see if they wanted to come in here and do that. If you're watching here on YouTube, of course, hitting that subscribe and hitting that follow on all these platforms are free. However, if you don't hit that subscribe on YouTube with that bell notification, you're not going to get notified of when I do upload. And then if you hit that subscribe on the on Trovo, you're going to be paying a little bit, but you can watch some of my past live streams often, early, and things of that nature. Call of Duty, Fortnite. Primarily, will be focused on these two platforms. If you're on YouTube, primarily focusing on some 18 plus content, but it will be primarily focused on Euro Truck and American Truck pretty much consistently all day, every day, 110%. So anyway, that's what we typically do around here, but sometimes we'll play like City Skylines, and we will play some other games too. But when there is good politics and things that I want to talk about, sometimes I'm not even great at doing it. But I still want to get out some of my stuff. So that's what we do around here for afternoon streams only. So if you are not wanting to get into politics, you can come watch on my Trovo stream, or on my TikTok stream at night, at about 9 o'clock at night, or in the afternoons, for content from 3 p.m. Until roughly about 6. And night is roughly until sometimes 5 in the afternoon, 5:30, and then at night, at about 2 a.m. Except for Saturdays. Saturdays are until 1. So anyway, you guys can also check out these other videos if you're watching on YouTube, or you guys can that are higher on the screen, or you can go to my video room here on TikTok. I mean Trovo, and on TikTok we do game effects that come through TikTok on TikTok. So on occasion, it's not like I'm gonna do every single one out there. But anyway, catch you guys later. Bye bye.